word then.
Apt word for
Like,
comparing stalking to people watching?
Yes.
Oh,
Honestly, I
I
don't
think it
even.
would be hard to use one word. I think that's what the issue is.
Yeah, like I wouldn't just say that. Like, oh,
Then
it's
well,
kind
then
of
I don't
like
know. Construct a
makes.
sentence.
They have.
Okay, well,
I'll
I
use
mean, if I were,
similarities.
because I would like, it would have to be a whole compare and contrast thing, which is like what I've been trying not to do. But like, I mean, if that's kind of like just what we'd have to do to kind of like get at least my perspective out, because I'll say like when you're people watching, like of course this is the thing was saying in the definition, like you're basically trying to figure out somebody's personality based on like what they wear, body language, and other stuff like that. But like it doesn't require me to say like for example in stalking, it's like when I'm people watching, I have no motive. I'm just you know
I
looking
would say
around, thinking,
they're disconnected concepts.
theorizing.
I would say
Yeah,
that. I would consider them
because
disconnected concepts.
if we're talking about stalking, like I would have to know this person. Like the point of stalking is to like get to know this person, but the point of like people watching is just to like think and wonder. Like you know what I mean? Like it's a wondrous activity. Stalking is like I'm figuring
It's
out
a.
your
I
schedule,
admit, like
or
stalking
whatever.
is a
But like
controlled like. It's a bomb. It's a controlled like knowing of a thing, right? Because I mean, like I assume you've been watching them for a while or whatever, right? And
yeah,
you know something
but it's
about them,
like yeah,
and that's
I
something
think
you could say, but it's also like
I think a good way to put it is like people watching is kind of like
it just
a
sounds
mentally like
gentler.
a mentally no, it's like a mentally expansive like activity, whereas the like um stalking is like narrowing down. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, stalking is a pinpointed. You want this
A
one
focused
person.
activity.
Yeah,
Yes.
like focused
People
precision,
watching is
concentrated.
a broader thing. You can see multiple people and wonder about multiple people and they're doing whatever, because you don't have a target. You're not specifically looking for one person or at one person, right? But
It's
it
one of those things of where it's like I would say that like being good at people watching wouldn't make you a good stalker, but being a good stalker would make you good at people watching.
I disagree.
For sure. For sure.
I think they're I we, mm, well okay.
Well, because
It would
if
only
you're
be
good at,
because the stalker technically has more of a edge in terms of like looking at a singular person, but they both would be good whether the role swap.
Well,
Because I
but
mean,
it's like if I'm
but
assuming,
like
I
hold
mean,
on,
the
wait,
thing
wait, wait,
about
wait, hold on, wait.
okay, okay, okay.
Because it's like if the people watching, they're both close acts. You're looking at someone and wondering something about them. The only difference is that people watching isn't focused. If a people watcher was a focused person, then they would become a stalker. And
Not
if a stalker
necessarily though.
loses focus, they would become a people watcher.
You're losing me.
No,
You
How?
can stalk more than one person.
a less focused stalker would become an inmate. First off,
What?
and it's
Hold
like
on, hold on. Let's stay in the bounds of the conversation.
L- which like yes, but also here's where I was gonna go with that, right? Is that like essentially here's the thing. Like the reason why like you can be an excellent like in people watching is like somewhat it's like subjective, you know what I mean? But stalking is objective. So it's like what exactly makes you good at people watching? Just the fact that like, oh I was right. Dude's wearing like colorful stuff and a white guy with dreads, he must be a hippie, like kind of the aesthetic, but like at the same time thing is like with a stalker is that like it's more so that you have I want to say okay, how I was saying like being good at people watching, right? Just because you're good at people watching doesn't necessarily mean that'll translate into like following somebody home, like you know what I mean?
You good at watching people in senseless.
Yeah, like it doesn't mean you'll be able to like follow somebody home without getting caught and them like never noticing or anything like that.
Right, but
Or
the
cheating for
conversation isn't
efficacy.
about efficacy, it's about
Yeah, fair,
process.
fair. Yeah. Um, but I just, I, what makes you feel like being good at people watching would make you a good stalker? I guess is my question.
Well, it's
Because I
I
mean,
didn't
you
say it's
are
not about being good. It's
it's
about
the normal
what's
basis
happening.
of it's the normal basis of observing people and gathering information.
It's not about whether you're a good person watcher or a bad person watcher. You can be there are niggas on social media who are stalkers,
Well, yeah, anyone can be a stalker.
right?
Yeah.
But that's only because they're focused. There's people who look up accounts on the internet daily, and those are technically people watchers. But they're looking at people like say you're scrolling on your feed, right? And then you're scrolling on your feed, you see posts from people, and then you decide, let me look into this person. I wonder what they have going on, right? If you do that, you would be closer. You would be.
Wow. Okay.
That's people watching.
While I understand what you are saying, I do think that this comparison in specific is a little unfair because that is literally the intention of the app.
I guess, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like to be
Would
connected.
you trying to consider that stalking?
It could be considered it.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. Because you could use an app like that to stalk someone because
for sure.
you were
Yeah,
taking the
yeah.
step to go further. But I do like.
No,
If
I see what
anything,
you mean.
I would say doom scrolling is people watching, if anything.
Yeah, sure. That's fair, but it's like
But stalking comes with like
being
there's
being a person
hyperfixation
watcher
on
doesn't
somebody.
make you a stalker, right? It's not that
I
it's
stalk you every
turning
day,
you
Jimmy.
what. Being a people watcher doesn't make you a stalker. That's not what I've been saying this whole time, right? That's not what makes you a stalker.
Yeah, we get that.
But it's like
The word
it's
close.
mildly
Yes, I'll say,
mildly
like-
at least it's stalker-ish.
Yeah, the concept. Yeah, but I do think that there are two disconnected concepts. Like, I just think the concept, yeah, like with the full broad thing. of
Yeah, like
stalking,
I'll give you two sides of the same coin at best.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, but like, is close. I don't think like.
But
I don't
if two sides of the same coin isn't close, then what is?
Nah. Yeah, no. I mean, I was actually about to take that back because I was thinking about it. I was like, but like when people do tend to use that term, so I was actually gonna take that back.
You scared me.
I am genuinely enjoying this conversation.
I mean,
But I do want to say that.
I'm entertained, but it's like I could like at this point I'm just trying to figure out where the disconnect is, cause like I mean,
What you mean?
Because the disconnect is, I think, okay, I'll say this just to like kind of like put my perspective out there. I'll say that like I think that things can require like similar like demands, say like skill sets and things like that. Say for example, like traffic, I think like driving and like sports can be comparable in the sense that you need to be able to like pair. Can go with that is like I'll say racing is the fusion or like the product of like applying what is that?
wait, okay, so run it by me one more time.
So I'm saying that like I think that driving and playing like any sport requires you to have like good vision, awareness of your surroundings, the ability to like process multiple things like going on within your vicinity like at a time, and also planning ahead while also like improvising in order to avoid accidents. But I don't think that I would say that driving to work in like, you know, a game of basketball is like similar based off of those shared like
So
concepts and
what you
applications
said
of
about
the
racing, right? Like you said, taking in your environment.
I said racing would be like the sportification like of driving.
Uh-huh. Right. Okay. So.
I mean, the disconnect, the disconnect really comes from what your brain is doing in the motivation of what you're doing. I feel like, I mean, like people watching, like that, I mean, that shit is peaceful, bro. Like, I mean, just being out, like just chilling, like they're just observing around you. I mean, that shit is like, I do feel like that shit is chilling, like it's calming.
Yeah, because
But
I
like,
would say like I would compare stalking to hunting before
yeah,
like I would, you know what I mean?
now the stalking, that like they have an obsession, like some like type of dopamine of wanting to see that one person. That is that personal thing. When you look at people watching, you have a wide range of the world. When you have real stalking, I feel like you're looking through a sniper scope now of that one.
Yeah, because it's like I'm not necessarily like you know I'm driving to work to go to work. I'm not like doing it to get there faster than anybody else. But like if I'm stalking someone, like the same way that I would say that like if I'm stalking somebody, I have a like you know the core reason of like that action to be taken is because I have a motive. But the entire premise of people watching is like no motive in mind.
And like what I was
And I just think it's
what I was saying is like the
A square is
concept
a
of
rectangle,
having
but a rectangle isn't a square.
well, the
Or
concept
the
of
other way
having a
around.
motive
I
is
guess it is.
no, you said it
what the
right.
defining factor is,
Or right.
right?
Continue though, Q. You
The
said what?
concept of having a motive is the defining factor of the process of looking at people.
I would say the
Well, I would say that you get the dopamine of relaxation from people watching. I would say you get adrenaline in stalking.
I mean, I
Yeah, I
guess, but
would say
that's
yeah, I
because
would say that
you're
that.
like I said, that goes back to like why I said it just sounds friendlier because I mean knowing that you're stalking someone it invites the like it's a negative thing. You're not supposed to be stalking someone, right? So like you would get an adrenaline rush from that, but like you said, Judah, you'd feel peace because you're just looking at someone. You're not doing this with any intent
Well,
at
no,
all.
yeah,
it's
but
not
like the thing
someone.
is,
It's the whole like so the whole environment. It's not just someone. Someone is stalking. The people watching is looking at is seeing everybody.
yeah, because like kind of it's the same way like people. How would I how would I word that? Hold on, let me pick this up
Yeah,
real quick.
like
Y'all keep talking.
I'm not playing. What's that game called? Watch Dogs. You know what I mean? Like
Watch
I'm
that,
not
dog.
pulling
Dog,
up on
that's some
someone and
stole.
it's
Yeah, that's
like,
some stolen shit.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Like, like I'm not saying that you're like going. I'm not saying like you're out
Computer,
here
analyze.
you're out here fucking hacking computer cameras to keep people
Yeah,
watching. I'm not saying that. That's stalker stuff. That would be the defining factor of what would make
I
you a
just meant even
stalker.
like with the idea of like walking up towards someone with a or like flipping up the scouter when they walk past. But
Right.
that's the thing. There's so many differences between the two. Now people watching can be bad in a sense of
I'm not
how
gonna lie,
you
man. That was
interpret
funny as
like if
fuck.
people watching are like no
It's the
the way
only
you
thing
watch
that
somebody
divides the
or
two
like
is
look at
the
comments
intent
or something.
behind it. I don't see how that like because what else would change if not that?
What else would change if not what?
But they just
The
have two
defining
different
factor of looking at something. You're
people
you're
watching
you're
and stalking.
you're watching them. Yes, but
Yeah,
alright,
but
but
you're not. But the
we've
thing is,
already established that
you're
watching
not.
someone for your own safety is not applicable here. Doing
Yes,
that for your own safety isn't applicable. Doing it in your free time is.
well, you can be in
but
your
it's
free
like
time
what
and
if I'm
still
just
surrounding your
yeah,
safety.
because it's like what
Yes,
if
but
I'm
like,
at a
but
park?
okay, but what the scenario that you gave before, of like some fucking crackhead out in the streets, right? Yeah, look at him because that's a danger in your environment. So yes, that's not that I wouldn't consider that people watching.
Hey,
You're
bro,
observing your surroundings.
if we stalkers for seeing that fat ass walk past us and point at it together, but fuck it, lock me up, bro. Fuck
But okay, but all right, but like
Which is like kind
that's
of
like
what we're like.
that's a process of like preserving yourself. That's not something that like you're like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm about to go to the store, let me go Yeah, let me just look around. Let me see what people are doing.
Yeah, but like
That.
let's say this, right? Let's say when I was a kid, right? And like my dad wanted to take me and my sister to go fishing. And then it's like let's say I'm bored of fishing, so I'm not really like, you know, like involved with the activity, but like I'm at a park in a public space. I don't have a book. I don't have like a Game Boy DS or anything like that. So it's like there's just beast nature and then like people around me, and then it's like I'm just watching people run by or like walk trails and stuff like that to pass the time.
Mhm.
Like that's people watching.
Right. But it's only people watching because you don't have an intent behind looking at somebody. You're just looking around. You're seeing the people around you. You're not
Yes,
the
but
difference
like
is if you
You're looking.
decided to be a
That's the
stalker, you
disconnect.
would look at something in particular. The literally the only thing that makes the two different is that one is broader than the other and one is more focused.
I mean,
well, like
that's kind of entirely the disconnect.
yeah, like that is the disconnect though, because like the
Yes, and
intention is the
that's
seed
where the
of
Intention.
problem lies.
yes,
I'm
but
ex-
like
there you go.
intention is the seed of action.
Uh huh.
So it's like around if we're like basing things off of that principle, it's like again, it's I just think it's really like
Yeah, like I don't
I
know,
just think
Cam.
it's
Like you
dishonest.
defended yourself. You didn't murder that nigga.
You said what?
Yeah, like
You defended yourself. You didn't murder that nigga. Give
I
me.
defended myself. I just murdered him.
yeah, like you didn't murder him, you defended him or yourself. Like for example, some guy comes into your house like with a gun. You shoot
Yes,
him
I
from the
killed.
top of the stairs.
Okay, but hold on. That
Like you
is that.
killed
Oh,
him,
wait,
but you didn't
Hold on,
murder him.
wait. Yes, that like again. Yes, on paper, yes, I am a murderer, but the reason is different. That's what I've been
No,
saying the
you are
whole
not a
time.
murderer. You
How am I
killed
not a
him
murderer?
because you didn't murder him.
But I
Yes, he
did.
did. He killed
What
him.
are you talking about?
He killed. Killing him.
Yeah, killing and murder is different.
Nigga, you kill somebody, you kill somebody.
And bro, if you kill
Killer,
somebody, okay,
murder.
if you kill somebody by accident, you know what they call that? Involuntary manslaughter. If you kill somebody intentionally, there's third, first, and second degree murder.
Oh, okay, but like, wait.
But
Okay,
manslaughter is still
the end
Yes,
goal
yes, it
of
is,
both,
but you are not a
the end
murderer.
process of both is still someone lost their life,
Correct.
right?
Yes, but
Yes.
the intention is a huge reason as to
But
like
the
why
but
it's
That's
again,
considered
that goes
killing.
definition.
back to what I was saying. That
Either,
goes back to what I
Murdering,
was saying.
either way it go, you
and
still got a
killing.
body on your belt, nigga.
And
Bro,
either way it
Yes,
goes,
yes, which is
you were
it's
still
not what
looking
we're
at somebody.
Murdering and killing aren't the same. They
Yes,
are on the same. Yes, they're on the same spectrum of the concept of yes, you're dropping somebody, but they're not the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You still got a body on your belt. That's all it is.
that's what I've been saying this whole
If I had to
time.
defend
It
myself
doesn't
against,
matter about
Yeah.
like
yes, yes,
everything
which is
beforehand.
what
The
we're
end
yes,
goal
and
is that you're
that's where
looking at
we
something.
agree. That's where we agree. The
Son
whole
of
thing
a
though is that like
problem.
no, because you're saying it's close.
the close.
Then I asked you to sum it up, and then with the first sentence out of Tay's mouth was they share similarities, which is close.
No.
No.
Sharing similarities doesn't mean you're close.
Like, please enlighten me with a paragraph. I don't know, bro. I don't because what is it?
You're
What does that
saying.
mean?
I mean
You're
that's
saying that you
okay,
have to
that's
be
the
close
logic
to
of all
something in
black
order to
people
share
look the same.
similarities?
You fit the
Are
description.
are you close to an ant because you both have legs, and that you walk, and that you are a
Uh,
living organism? Does
if
that
we're
make you
looking
close?
at it like a Venn diagram, like y'all said, it's yes, actually.
I
No.
don't. That,
Because as soon as we start
Yes,
listing
because
other
if no,
things,
but hold on. You said Trey, you are the one who brought up the Venn diagram, right? If we are
Tay
looking
did, I
at the
was thinking
different,
about it.
if we're looking at it through the lens of a Venn diagram about the similarities between a human and an ant, having legs is a similarity.
Yes, okay, but like also here's the thing, right? If we are in a Venn diagram and we share two similarities and we have 10 differences on each side, are you gonna say that we're close?
If there were actually 10 differences, we haven't listed the 10 differences.
How are what? We've been listing nothing but differences this entire
But they,
time.
but this entire
Fuck
time
him.
we've been listing
Fuck him.
just similarities.
He's
Hold
in
on.
here. He's joining in with like half context.
The only similarities we got out of this shit was observing people, really getting information, and just looking at people. That's really it.
But you're not even getting information from people.
Watching and stalking, they start going left and right.
Yeah, which was our thing. Like that's
which comes from the brain. That's why we said. That's why I said it's a disconnection after that. The only thing is just watching people. But when you start, like when you actually start diving in the brain of how somebody is operating, you start disconnecting after that.
yeah, like it's people watching goes from like people watching the stalking goes from like theory to like hard evidence.
But okay. Before you can have evidence, you need to have a theory.
Not necessarily.
How?
Wait, repeat that again.
Before you can have evidence, you need to have a theory.
No, that's real. You need a theory to gather the evidence.
Because what are you looking for if you don't? If you don't, you have nothing. You have no intention.
That's correct. But I guess I was gonna say like you don't need evidence to have a theory. You can have a theory, no evidence.
Because the theory is your theory.
Yes,
You back
yes,
your theory up
yes,
with evidence.
yes. But you're not trying to back anything else like up through the process of people watching. You don't care if you're right or wrong. You're just thinking.
Right.
Yes, but when you're stalking, you are trying to be as correct as possible. Like, you know what I mean?
But you're still in the loop of thinking. You, as the stalker, you're always one step behind. You're always going to be wondering like the people watcher.
No, you're not. You're going to be investigating and inquiring.
Like almost by this logic, but if that vague of a comparison makes something close, almost
I don't
everything in
think
the
you
world
need
is the
it.
same.
I don't think you need a theory to have evidence.
You don't need a
I
theory
don't
to
think
have
you
evidence.
you can have like just by looking at like whatever is going on.
I mean, yeah, you
Well,
can just have
Because
evidence
technically
if you
something
see
can be evidence without you.
Yeah, the
knowing
evidence.
that
Yeah,
it's
you can.
theorizing
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, you definitely have evidence without theory.
Yes.
Theorizing is how you
But
come up with, how you
the
discover.
the process, but like the process of looking for information and finding the information, you need to have a working framework if you're wondering about something. Yeah, that's what they were saying. But if there's still the limitless possibilities as the stalker, you still need to think as the stalker. You're not, as a stalker, you're not just omnipotent and you know what this person's going to do for fact verbatim. That's what I've been saying.
But that's stalking. That's no longer people
And
watching.
that's where the similarity begins.
But that doesn't make them close.
That's the disconnect, bro. When you start looking at that one person, that is not the fucking similarity no more, bro. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
No, it's not. No.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. Like, I'm sorry, following someone for 5 minutes is stalking.
Yeah,
If you start walking behind her,
yes, but like also like that does like a whole like a 5-minute stare classifies as leering, and that is sexual harassment, which is stalking. It doesn't
that's
change
still
the fact
sexual
that
harassment.
yeah, that entire thing just
Just
So
because
then, please, what I want is, how would you describe their similarities
It's this.
to each other then?
Okay, I figured
I would say that the
Man.
only similarity between people watching and stalking is the fact that you are wondering something about somebody and that you are thinking about them as a person, what they might be like, and you are just. It ends there, truthfully. It ends there. Because anything else in depth is on the level of stalking, which
Because
is
yeah, it's like you're not gathering information.
you are coming up with it based off of what your imagination is capable of producing. And
And
that's it.
what about a stalker?
No, as a stalker, I am testing that information in real time, investigating, correcting it, and then adding more things on top of it.
But you still do all of the things that the people watcher
Night
does.
boy, let me know when you're
Uh,
ready, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
that doesn't make you the same.
but in the Venn diagram, there's more than like 5 things in there.
Yeah,
You're
but
doing the
like,
same thing. You just said doing the same that a stalker and a people watcher are doing the same thing. The only
I
major
said that's
difference.
it.
No, a stalker has a target. A stalker has intent with what they're doing.
Yes, but I'm
Stalker
talking
breaking
about the Venn
boundaries.
diagram of actions.
This is the Venn diagram of
Yes,
action.
this is
This is the
literally
Venn diagram
okay.
of
Yes,
action.
yes. We finished the
We
compare.
have
Now it's time for the
we have the
contrast.
target. We have the intent of what you're doing. We have the boundaries that you're breaking. We have
And remember, at
like
some point, you are
People
going
watching
to
is breaking
introduce us.
boundaries as well.
No, it is not. No,
Yes,
it
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
no, it's not. It's not breaking. No. When you step on that public, bro, like if
Well,
you just seeing
I
somebody, that's not
mean,
really breaking a
I'm just
boundary.
saying, I did read the dictionary before, and it is without them knowing that is breaking a boundary.
Well,
Julia.
yes, niggas see me all the time, and I don't know who they are or that they're seeing me.
Yeah, but
But watching and seeing are 2 different things. yes, but also
I can see you, Trey, but I'm not watching you, Trey.
You can't see me. Let me stop.
Come on, bro.
Yo, you
No,
can't see
bro.
me?
I can see you, but I'm not watching you. Seeing and watching you are 2 different things, 2
Correct,
different
Q.
words.
Yes. No,
Q,
because again, as a stalker, you are going to at some point come in physical contact with your target intentionally.
That is cap.
It will not what?
That is cat.
No, it is not.
Yes, it
No,
is.
The impact.
No, it is
I
not.
mean,
That is cap. As a stalker, you do not have to make physical contact with the person you are stalking. You will not
Why
come
the
with you. You
fuck
cannot
would
even.
I
You cannot even come within 15
Okay.
feet, and that's you, Trey. You're
No,
talking
that's-
about
no,
you.
No, that's true. You can stalk somebody without
I'm about to say,
them
yeah.
getting in contact with somebody. Like,
If you were
Yes, but
stalking
that
someone,
also-
Trey, you have a goal. You
Yes,
have a
yes,
reason. You
yes,
want to get
but
close
that-
to them. You,
Yes,
but someone
that
else,
also falls under the umbrella of the stalking.
and it also does not.
Yes, but again, that's a type of stalking. That's a subcategory of stalking.
And I'm
but it
bringing
is
up
still
a counter
classified as stalking.
subcategory to
Well,
prove my
it's-
point.
Hey, Kia, bro. So, like, is it... So, you walk past me, I look at your shoes, I look at your pants, I see a chain, I see a shirt, right? And then I look away. I'm no longer looking at you, and I go, I wonder where that guy's going to. Maybe he's going to some, you know, and then
yeah, I do that with
guess a
people like
restaurant or
who be
whatever.
driving all the time, bro. I
I'm
do
no
look at
longer
their
even
car. Like, where you
I'm
think about
no
to go?
longer looking at you anymore, and all of this is still going on in my head, right? You're long gone. You're 10, 15, 20 seconds past me, and I'm wondering where you're about to go eat. Did I just stalk you? I only looked.
Yes,
I only saw your outfit. I saw your outfit for 2-3 seconds. You walked past me for
You saw
2-3
me.
seconds. I saw your outfit and then looked away.
We're finna call the police on your stalking ass.
And I'm
then
gonna
I
drill the
wondered
shit
if
out
you
of
were.
you.
And then I wondered if you were about to. What restaurant you were about to go to. Did I just stalk you?
oh yeah, this dude Night Boy and Destroyer, okay?
No, you didn't stalk me.
Welcome
What?
to people watching.
Yeah,
But
having a debate on this.
that is again what I'm saying is a similarity.
So everything is stalking then by that. everything is close to stalking.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. He's
That's
saying,
not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what you're almost saying. That's what you're very, very close to saying.
and
Yes,
that's the
that's what
whole
you're implying.
concept of this. It's that things are close.
You fuck with this character?
No, Q, this can't. Q, they're not close. They yes, they share the same concept, but there's a disconnection between them,
What
bro.
is the what? Then what the fuck is the
talking about
word to
plausible.
use besides close, or similar,
I told you, Q, I said it's a disconnected concept, bro.
It's
I told
but it's not a
you.
disconnected concept if they
Why
share
is it
a
not?
through line.
No, they don't, because when you people watch, you're not
The through
standing
line
watch.
is looking
No,
at people,
No,
Judah.
Curia. When you people watch and you're just in public watching somebody, you're not worrying about them when you go back home and go to bed, bro. When you're stalking somebody, bro, you're still worrying about them the next day, bro.
Yes, right,
That's what stalking is.
right. But the,
So
the
how?
the end goal is the same. You both looked at someone, you observed someone, and you kept thinking about them for any amount of time after the fact.
That's just a concept. You know, no, when people mostly when people want, they don't really worry about them for that long. Now that's a normal thing, but when you keep steadily just worrying about them, because it's a fixated goal on when you're watching somebody. That's a whole entirely different thing than just watching somebody for the day or watching many people, because you're not just watching one person.
Yes, and we touched on the fact that they are different things because one is broad and one is narrow. One is looking at multiple people. One is capable of looking at multiple people. One is capable of
Compare
only
dating
looking
and
at one
friendship.
So
someone.
how is
Alright,
that not disconnected if it's
would,
one in many?
would
But
you
Stalking
would
is
you
one
call being
person.
would you call being a friend with someone
Oh,
and
Close to
being in a
being an enemy.
relationship, or I was gonna say close to being in a relationship with them?
To a degree, yes.
How close?
oh shit!
You
He
are
used
both.
this. He's smashed.
You
I
share
like
time
that, I like
together,
that.
and there's a level of intimacy between the two of you. Not romantic intimacy. I just mean like general intimacy. You can be intimate with your friends without being romantic with them.
Correct.
Oh shit!
I'm just trying to see where you're coming from, which is why I asked you the question. You know, I'm just trying to make sure that the logic is consistent, which is why I asked you the question.
Yes, I would say that being someone's friend and being in a relationship are very close things, but different
Give me
executions.
that
But
grab,
the
boy.
thing is, with a friendship and with a relationship, both require you to spend time with the person, right? That is the through line of why you would say a friendship and a relationship would be similar between
I
people.
mean, a friendship is a relationship, though.
Tap
Yes,
the wall.
but I'm just going into I'm going into the details of it. I'm getting in the weeds.
Give me that. Give me that. Oh,
Nah, don't. Your friends don't agree to hold your hand and kiss you. I thought getting head from your friend was a normal thing.
Trust me, I know.
But this is the core of it. It's just that there's a broad enough thing of bridging the two
No,
concepts.
no, because my
Bro,
thing
if you're
is,
going to
here's
I
a
don't.
my
broad
personal
I just
issue.
don't.
not
I was
You're
gonna
close.
say.
you're saying the core of those things are similar when we're saying the cores of those things are different. You're comparing the branches to them and saying like, yeah, the tree is the same, when it's like, no.
Like
Nah, but I mean,
I just it's
Jay,
like
don't let
I
no
know.
nigga named
I think
Jalen
yes, the
beat you,
core
bro.
if we go through the broad things of like yes, looking at people. Yes, he is correct.
it
I
can't be
stand with
broad
that,
and
but
close
like,
at the
nigga named
same
Jalen
time.
beat me.
It's
but it's just, but if you can only base it off that you're looking somebody,
I
that's
think
not
Yoshi he's gotta be
close.
screwed.
Because they
But
come
that's
from
not.
the two.
Go ahead.
Nah, it's a Yoshi Russell.
That's like they're two entirely different things. After that,
My
there's
Yoshi
more
might
to
be
just
rusty,
looking
but
at
he's still
somebody.
getting washed by it.
Yes,
Period.
but at the baseline, both stalking and people watching require looking at people. We agree on this, but they don't start like as we go up in level. They don't start to diverge too far from each other.
Yeah, they do. People watching stop sign. No.
At the
no,
highest level, I'd say
people
yes,
watching
they branch
stop.
apart. But
Give me that.
for the concept of
Oh
like,
yeah, you fool.
say
I'm
okay,
grabbing your dumb
let's
ass.
say there's a people watcher and a stalker in the cafe looking at someone, right? Or the people watcher is just in there sipping on coffee, looking around, observing things, right? And the stalker is just in there staring at someone, right? Now,
Yeah, I'm looking at that person that just
now
staring at
at
somebody.
at the floor, right? At the floor at the base, both of them are doing are observing
watching,
people,
yes.
right? Now, going up again, the floor, like I said, the floor is observing people, looking at them, or looking at someone.
Okay.
Want another one?
Going
Oh, he
up,
wrote that shit.
the main thing is a people watcher would look away to look at someone else, whereas a stalker would just keep looking at the one person, right? And then and then let's go up another level. As now they're both in their like in the action of it.
Hop kick again.
They're both in the action of it, and now the people watcher and the stalker are both thinking in their heads about what they're seeing. The people watcher has already seen the person that the stalker is looking at, and they're beginning to wonder about the person, and so does the stalker because they're stalking them. So
That's
they're
the thing,
both wondering.
At level 3, this shit disconnects. If you're saying that, like, because this comes from intent. This when you're
But-
looking at somebody, I mean, you can just say, oh, like the shit they got on. Yeah, you got a blue ass shirt. Bro, when you look
Now, but hold on, wait.
And-
This
and
is level 3. This is
context
level 3.
matter.
This is level 3, right? So now they're both beginning to think and wonder. Now the final level, right? The fourth level. This is when the paths diverge for me. This is when I believe the paths diverge. It's the people watcher will remain in the cafe to continue looking. The stalker will get up to continue following that person.
Oh yeah, kick your
Honestly,
ass.
the
Oh.
paths diverge with their intention of leaving the house that day.
Truthfully, because
That's
like,
true.
and if you want it, because realistically, it's like people watching is like no
You gotta break
more
that
than
down,
like
boy.
a 5 level like skill, like a level 5 skill tree. Stalking, however, has like 50, so it's really just like I don't think you can.
Okay, but sure,
Yes, because
let's
there
say
are
that.
not
But
subclasses that
5 out
people
of
watching.
3 out of 5
Oh
is
my
that
God.
not close?
You said 3 out of 5. There's an extra 45 levels with subclass branches.
But okay. Now,
It's like where
Trey,
you,
I'm not
it's
gonna lie,
like-
you need to take extra nuance out of this.
Ah,
Because, like, man, listen.
extra nuance.
You
Okay,
need to-
identify extra nuance. Define
Your extra,
nuance.
for example, your extra nuance from before, you're saying that you have to be within 15 feet of the person that you're stalking.
I
because
never
it-
said anything about a specific distance.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay, and even if I did, it's literally not a driving factor because again, we already said that you can like stalk digitally. So like, what's the point?
Yes, but
Bro,
I'm
I
saying
think-
like it's skewing your perspective of the scenario that I'm telling you. In the scenario that I'm telling you, they share more similarities than they don't. You're adding more nuance into the situation because that's how the real world is, but that's not how this scenario is working.
Whoa.
Whoa, hold
Dude,
on,
what's
no,
the
no,
point
hold
of
on,
talking
hold on,
about the scenario?
Because the scenario is it's a pocket of a facet.
This seems a little unfair.
Extremely.
But I'm the one giving the scenario. You're welcome to give a scenario.
Which is making it even more unfair for me to
And listen, yes, sure, but you're also welcome to give a scenario. But for this, what I'm saying is, you take away the extra nuance of the person having 70 different ulterior motives, and take what I'm selling you at face value instead of adding more. Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, hold on.
Like,
What floor did how many floors
you
did you
just
go up
said,
before you
let's get
stopped?
rid of like the things that differentiate them and then compare them.
Because he's adding things
Well, you
to.
can't
Because we're
take away the
talking
things
about
that
these things as
differentiate.
concepts as a whole.
Oh,
You can't
Like,
say they're close and then just say forget about the other 50 things this nigga does.
But
I
you
got money, he
can.
got money, we're both rich
no,
niggas.
you can't.
Yes, you can.
And he's
Well, kid, hold on.
that's such a bad faith argument then.
Cuya,
we
bro. That's
go
like
to the
saying that
cafe.
that's like saying that our cars are similar because we have white stripes on them, and but your car is blue, has hydraulics, is lifted up 5 feet in the air, and I got a low rider. My shit's scraping across the floor. It's a completely different color. I got a spoiler, a wing, and it's just like all you did was look at the stripes on the wheels and say, I mean, bro, it's right there.
But hold on, we definitely have had conversations where we take out extra extenuating factors though. Why are we acting like this is something brand new? I'm
Because this
telling you.
isn't because this
But
isn't like a conversation of compartmentalizing information.
But
Like
it
these
is.
are entire okay,
tongue.
like these are entire concepts that have like the entire like the basis of it is like again I said
Oh,
people
shit.
watching ends where stalking begins, but you cannot say that that makes them close.
Oh, he lowered me.
But okay, but
Alright.
okay. I'm gonna turn back to that. I'm gonna finish my previous thought. Um,
Like that?
okay, so we have most certainly had conversations where there's simply too many factors to consider. So we're going to take this scenario in specific as a snapshot of a concept, or for this conversation, right?
You can say
For
they are
it to
doing the
make
same
sense.
thing in that
But
current point in time.
what?
Vaguely. Very vaguely. I said in your scenario,
I mean,
for
I
what
don't
you were
agree
trying
with
to
that.
prove,
I
you
could
can
really
say
shut it.
that they
I
are
could shut it down quick on like some like how fast you can really change it. I think like let's say you sit down in a cafe, right? They did the cafe thing. Oh shit, my mic got on.
You better be
Hold
careful,
up, let
man,
me
boy.
the fucking mic die. Hold up.
Oh, he grabbed me! What you doing?
Um, but what I was saying is
So
we. Okay.
you go in the cafe and you sit down,
Hey,
right?
boy, every time you whip that, I can launch you.
You see people. This is people watching, right? You're observing your environment, and then you see a person, right? They got some, some cool ass shoes or shirt, whatever, that you find appealing. A stalker, they're probably going to keep staring. Well, no, let me go to level 2. Okay, level 2. You see it
Got him.
after you look away and you see it again. Like, oh shit. You look for like 3 to 5 seconds, or like, 6 seconds. Like, all right, let me stop staring because it's gonna be weird if they catch me gazing at them.
Oh!
We go to level 3. A
Give me
stalker, they gonna look at you for like a minute or two. And we only have level 3. That's when you different. That's when you change it for me of the concept. The stalker is gonna keep staring at you. That's no longer people watching. And then
the
we go
stalker
to
is going to connect like dots of information in bits and pieces, like as in
But
people
again,
watch it. The
that right
dialogues
there
are
is
very
personal
different.
nuance. That's
I
nuance
feel
for the
like you-
situation.
I think you like start missing the social cues of like you when you keep staring.
Give me
I feel like
that.
when you don't treat somebody
Give me
as in
that.
sharing a room of having respect, and then you start treating them like a trophy, that's when you're losing.
And yet,
And
it's
that
like we took our first 4 or 5 steps were the same, and then we went 2
Get your
completely
dirty
different
paws
directions,
off of
and
me.
you're still saying that we're on the same track.
Oh! Oh!
and then after
boy trying to make
after
a
you
comeback.
keep staring at that person, when they leave,
That's
you
not
want to
gonna
leave
work,
too,
bro.
to go follow them.
Oh, that gonna work, though.
That's no like that's already like that's.
Hell no, you ain't grabbing me, bro.
Then you start going
Back
to
up!
a whole new basis of what stalking is. But people watching, we stopped at you noticing their
It's either
shirt
you
for like
get
3 to 5
rage
seconds.
ordered
Like you
or bad
glanced
breath.
again and say, "Ooh," then you stop looking because you don't want to feel like they feel uncomfortable that you staring. So you stop looking.
Just like
Yes,
in
because the
Dominican.
dialogue is different. Because stalking would say, let me stop staring at them so they don't think that I'm onto them and so that I can continue to do this.
and no.
Mhm.
Anyway, but okay.
I just-
Again, it goes. I can't understand what you're saying because it sounds like the same thing to me. Because I just want what?
That's the
That's
crazy
How
the
do
thing,
they
that's
not?
The thing that, go ahead, go ahead.
Fucking love this map, bro.
I mean, if I were to be completely honest, I would just have to say I have no idea how you're having such a difficult time.
I
Like,
don't know
seeing,
how
like,
you're
what
having such a
saying.
difficult time.
I'm not having a difficult time. I think you're honestly just wrong. Like, I'm like to be completely
To be
honest.
completely honest with you, I think
Yeah,
you're
I
wrong
can
too.
see where you're coming from. I think I can see where you're coming from. Like if I put myself in your shoes, I can
Give me
definitely see
that.
where you're coming from. But I do like they're two different extremes. Like if we're just
That
thinking
is.
like of like the good in the world and the bad in the world,
Oh
the
my
people
god.
watching, it can come to like it can be something bad. But if we're talking about like somebody that's like not on no weird shit, bro, it stops quick. It stops at level 2. Like of when you see
Stop
somebody
crouching.
and you turn back
I'm gonna
around
launch that
just
dumbass.
just to see like for like 3 to 5 seconds that something appealed to you. The stalking, they're not going to stop staring at you. Now, unless somebody
They're
catches
not
you and
going
you try
to
to
stop.
Give me that.
Yes, they're not gonna stop staring at you, but
But it's like
you can.
that's
Here,
when
there-
There's
that's,
here-
also
that's when you're missing me.
Back up, bro.
there's no situation to where like if you like technically yes, a stalker has to take the same and only the same starting steps
Of what people watching is. For
well,
sure.
and only to start.
But that's the broad spot. That's like the broad. That's the broad. That's the same concept. Yes, but the concepts start to disconnect at an early point.
Yes, and it's like yes, there are so many things that immediately change. Like there like one thing on that list immediately drastically changes what you're doing.
Yes, and it's like because it's an extreme shift. Like for example, like when you again start, let's say you start a class in a video game, right? It's like you're a hunter,
Okay.
boom. But then let's say like you being a hunter, you could be a blade dancer, a freaking night stalker, void walker.
If you're going to say that they're close because of those similarities, you also have to separate them almost equally with the differences. And there are more differences than there are similarities.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's not what a Venn diagram cares about.
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
yeah,
I
like,
mean,
but
yes,
like,
because if you only see like
scrap
2
the
or
Venn
3
diagram, bro. Honestly, fuck the Venn diagram because honestly, it's like, I feel like a Venn diagram is a poor representation because they have to touch, and that just
my
makes
God,
it
that
look
was
close in your
wrong.
head because of the fact that they're touching. But
Yes, because even then, but like even with the
Full
concept
W
of a Venn
grab.
diagram, if there are more
Ah.
differences than there are similarities, then like by principle, you cannot say that these things are similar.
because
Okay, I
a
You
think
can
Venn
just say that they
diagram,
share characteristics.
a Venn diagram is purposefully mashing the two things together to see what the similarities
Oh,
and differences
hell
are.
yeah.
A Venn
Oh,
diagram
hell
doesn't
yeah.
just because you put something in a Venn diagram doesn't automatically mean they are close from the jump. You
I think
are
if
putting them
we
together just so you can tell the difference between them.
Yes, and like again, if there aren't more similarities than differences, then those are classified as shared characteristics.
And that's what the point of a Venn diagram is. That's what I've been saying this whole fucking time.
if we
Give
pick
me
the
that.
Venn
Shared
diagram,
characteristics.
if we put the
Yes,
two
but we are
circles
not
together,
similar.
and
What
we put the
the
two circles
fuck?
together, and we start
Yeah, and see,
doing
like that's
similarities,
that's where you're crazy. Like
Cue ya,
again,
bro.
fire and
Two
ice are
circles?
both like elemental things that have temperature that can be measured through temperature, but
We
they are
have
not similar.
we have shared characteristics, but we're not similar.
Yes, you and a white guy
Are
can
you
be
the same
tall.
as all of those
You and
blacks that you hate out there?
literally like you can be tall and a white guy can be tall, but that does not make you
But the
guys like the
same,
same
again,
race.
the wording, the same. That doesn't make any sense. I've never said
no,
same.
you can be similar. You can be similar, yes, but they don't.
The
That don't
same
have to be
doesn't
your
make any
clothes.
sense because I'm not the blacks that I hate.
You can be similar and not similar at the same time.
Yes, you can be
there's like-
similar and dissimilar. I understand that.
Yes, and you can have shared characteristics and not be
we gonna pull
similar.
out your main, bro.
But you have shared characteristics, thus you are similar.
Do you even know what a characteristic
Okay,
is?
yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? Do I know what a characteristic is?
Do you know what a characteristic is?
Brown eyes.
That is an adjective.
Well, that's a characteristic.
It can't be.
Trey.
It is, nigga. But like, yes, it is a characteristic. But like, still, like, come on, bro. It's
What
like
the fuck do you mean, come on?
conceptually, define the concept of a characteristic. I'm not asking
Okay.
you for a
Then
noun.
the family: brown eyes, blue eyes, black eyes. What's the similarity?
Eyes, nigga.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah,
you.
but they aren't. Yes, but they aren't similar. Like,
But are
come
you
on, what
similar to
talking
that
about?
person?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Are goated.
Does that
No one's saying
But
I'm
like-
exactly similar to the person.
But
We have
like-
shared
Yeah, he said
characteristics,
Kaiba
thus
the
we
goat,
are
bro.
similar.
you are close if you could say that you're close if you are looking from a very specific angle and only that angle.
From the okay,
Bro, we gotta make
Len,
you realize.
imagine a list, right? Imagine a list.
Go deviant, bro.
You said a list?
Yes. Imagine a list, and the title is eyes.
Nightboy, that was
You
the best
would go down the
off you
list
did. I'm proud of you.
and write all of the eyes that exist, right?
Open me up. No quote.
Whoa.
If at the top of the list it says eyes, that's the title. That is the title of the thing, and then you start listing eyes.
Yes.
Then all of those things share a through line because they are eyes, regardless of color and shape.
Yeah.
So then, what is Trey talking
Okay.
about?
Okay, Kia. Everyone's human. Are you the same as those niggas?
No, I haven't said same. I've been saying
Okay, but
similar.
Are you similar to them? Are you similar to them?
Yes,
How?
You're
Based off of what?
Get your
based
filthy
off of the
paws
same
off of
characteristics,
me,
I
man.
am similar.
Personality
What
and
do you
all.
think this is?
You got close personalities too
But
because of your
that's the thing,
characteristics.
Yes, if that's it, yes.
If we do humans like
So you have
So
the
all
same
girls with brown-
personalities
Watch your
and those
legs, bro.
characteristics of those
Again,
people
you're
that you
saying
have.
same. That's not the
What?
same.
Sorry. You have close similarities. When it, you would call yourself close? Okay. Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm trying to figure it out because it's like at that point you just hate yourself.
Oh. Oh yeah, no, Nightboy, you failing.
I don't know why he did that.
How would you phrase this?
Bro, I really bro, I'm so serious when I tell y'all.
Okay,
I
Tay,
don't
if you
think Preston can
just
fucking
like
argue,
say
but I
it, say it
praise
just
you,
as
bro.
is, and then like we'll
Switch
refine
it,
it.
bro.
I'm back again.
I
Right.
have
Well,
my
It's still not
my
safe,
ranger is
man.
on my R3, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I'd say we have to get
It's
Shadow
still
in
not
this.
safe.
That's where my rage charge is.
Hey, the more
It's
brain the
because
better,
I was
bro.
also
Y'all
fat.
gonna
I
make
was
Shadow
also fat.
mad, man.
It pissed me off.
That
What
the hell?
We're
But
going to make Shadow mad
Conversation
for having
been
a
going on.
conversation.
I know,
Going
bro. I
on
know.
for
I
too
know. It's like I
long,
really
man.
don't want to do this, but it's like I really
went to
just
go
like
get
I
a
don't
phone
know how
call.
else to
Get a phone
communicate
call.
this.
Man, Shadow, this
What's up,
conversation
Shadow?
been going on for like 10 years.
Are we still talking
The
about the
movie
same
was
thing?
really
Yes.
good, Shadow, but it was
Huh.
also very confusing.
Yes, we are.
Oh, is that sentient?
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
So.
I mean, I could put it like this.
I'm just
I could put it
wait.
like this. I could put it like this. If we look at a simple standpoint of it, of being close to another human, yes, we all share the
I'm
same
so sorry,
similarities of
Oh
what we
yes,
possess.
sir.
But if you want to, now we go back to the word close, you have to get more specific with it.
Yes, but we're talking about similarities because Trey brought
Because
up
it's like-
characteristics, right? So if the characteristic is eyes, we are similar
Uh-huh.
because we both share the connection of having eyes.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I'm trying to figure out what Trey and Tay mean by that.
As far.
Oh,
Yeah,
Close,
off of
the
that
word- the
concept.
usage of the word
Using that
close.
armor,
I want
see.
to go to bed.
Yes, we are disagreeing off the principle of you using the word close.
Using
Because-
that armor, I see.
So we're this far into it because
Give
of
me
a
that.
word?
Well, because like he's saying that people watching is like close to stalking.
It's about this. We were saying the last time that we talked about this, we said that the behavior of enjoying people
I can't
watching
lie, bro. Red Hood can't catch
is
a
on it. Not we didn't say that it was stalking in and of itself. We just said that those are the character, or that is similar to the behavior of stalking.
Okay. I
What's
like
that?
We didn't say they were stalkers.
No. He's saying
It's just those are the same behaviors.
When it comes to being close, he's saying yes, they're close. He's saying yes, they're close.
Get back on that side, respect.
Do you
The
agree with that?
behavioral characteristics are similar.
No,
They
would
aren't
you
the
Yes, but
same
what-
thing.
Would you consider the same would you consider the concepts close to each other?
Yes, like as like just stalking and people watching as a whole. Like, would you say
Yes.
that those are close?
I killed you.
About as close as like behavioral characteristics go, but they aren't the same thing.
On a general
Come on, bro.
standpoint. On a general standpoint.
Yeah, from
like,
a general
how some
standpoint,
people
they
would-
exhibit the same, or not the same. They exhibit
Makes me
similar
bro.
behaviors
Uh-huh.
of like observing people in general intently.
Oh, I can show you some broken shit. I abuse it.
Now, of course, it diverges a
Make me
lot,
abuse my broken
and
bro.
a stalker would take that way further. But the actions of sitting down and intently looking at people,
Pick a
identifying
state you
things that
a
they
good
have
one.
on,
Yes.
thinking about them,
Yes.
Hmm.
would be of, a similar context.
For sure.
Hate you so bad.
So why are we
But-
still talking about this?
I don't
But the
know.
thing is,
We
he's saying
shouldn't be.
he's saying they're close. He's saying they're close. The concept
it's
of
not,
what
bro.
are close. We're disagreeing and saying they're not close, and he's saying
Yes,
they're
I'm
so
close.
sorry.
Yes,
That's
be,
the
okay,
one.
because like when if you're
Yes.
gonna say it like that, then like I don't really see any need to like go into that. But it's like what he's saying is like they are.
Same shit.
What we're saying is that like there are more like differences between like say like the act of stalking, like based off of things like motivation, like how far you're willing to take it and everything like that.
And what I'm saying is that they share a
That
through
was off the
line.
basis that, yeah, I was gonna say that'd be going off the basis that we were calling them stalkers. We were just saying that the behavior that a stalker exhibits and a behavior that a people watcher exhibits fall about on the same fault line.
You gotta confirm that shit with a
Not
comment.
a similar fault line, I guess, if we're gonna be. Yeah. Thank you. That was a good word. I like that.
It was. You know what? Honestly, I'll say this. I'll say like if we were going to say behavioral, like I feel like that word definitely like makes a big difference between like the original point that I was coming at the argument from. Essentially, because if you're just gonna say
we never
close,
called them
Inside of your
stalkers.
armor,
Well, not
bro.
explicitly like said they were stalkers. We just said that the fact that they liked people watching so much, and that was something they do on the regular, that they were. Yeah, like you're like I love people watching. I love this shit. But anyways,
behavior-wise,
what's it called?
Behavior-wise, I think they're different. Behavior-wise, I think
you
they're
think
different.
that they're
Yes, I think they're different. I don't think 'cause,
Now-
like, go ahead, sir.
Are you talking about like
Yes.
mentally, like the way that they're going about
If we
it?
go- yeah, if we're going
Or
by
are you
We were-
talking
okay,
about like
yes, we-
physically
we're
the
talking about
actions that they take
Okay, yes,
when
we
they're
did. It was a mental discussion from my understanding.
It was to me as well. But I mean, I understand.
It was an
'cause it's like,
action to
I
me.
believe you, Night Boy.
How is it? How?
Have
But my
potential.
the action doesn't make
Yeah.
sense because my original action was I was talking about going outside and smoking, and I happened to see people.
which is totally normal. Which is
Yes,
totally
yes,
normal.
yes.
Well, because it started with talking about, oh, Zay, you like it here because, you can go outside and people watch. And then Key and I said, oh, that's
You did cook
interesting.
me.
Like, I don't know, like that kind of exhibits, not like exhibits stalker behavior, but that's similar to stalker behavior.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
I guess that was
I
poor
wouldn't
phrasing because it's like
choose
okay, yeah,
bro.
because it's like
Oh no.
I guess people watch in the sense where there's entertainment in front of you while you're smoking because of all the crazy shit that's going on.
Right.
Yeah, like the realization.
It was
of
just like the idea
I don't
of
think that's-
people watching where you're kind of like intently identifying things about the people around you, and it's
I'm
like
below you.
saying
It's like
that
they
that's a
almost
part
give
of
you
like
no choice.